On the eve of the first test of India-England in Hyderabad, and what better to get some beer with the Brits traveling right now. We have here Luke and Annie. I'll come to Annie in just a bit, but Luke, fun fact, you guys remember the movie Lagan, don't y'all? He, of course, has a part to play in it because his auntie, Elizabeth, when you guys know her, of course, Luke has that relative over there. The fact that cricket, of course, brings us together right now, Luke. First and foremost, welcome to India. Your first time here. How is it, Brit?
It's crazy, it's fun, it's very interesting, it's a culture shock. There's a lot of people, a lot of smells, a lot of sounds, but it's incredible. It's a really culturally rich place. We're loving it.
Now we're, of course, still in the middle of winter, essentially. Was this always kind of shoehorned as a holiday / sporting vacation?
No, we booked our tickets to India and then we found out later, a few weeks later, about the test. So it's a perfect coincidence. So yeah, we made it work and we've got tickets for the 5 days.
Okay, super. So you're going for all 5 days?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I hope it lasts 5 days.
Annie's delighted as a huge cricket fan.
Huge cricket fan.
Yeah,
She's not really.
Yeah, I can tell with the sarcasm there. Yeah. Just as a cricket fan, baseball making its debut in India.
Oh yeah.
Are you excited? And what is the sort of mood back home as well?
I think excited is the mood. We had a fun Ashes. We drew with Australia 2-2, and it was quite crazy. You know, hitting big sixes, a lot of wickets. It's quite. It can go either way. You know, it can be very destructive, but it can also fail badly. So, out here in India, I'm a little bit pessimistic, especially with the spin bowlers. But you never know. Hopefully, with Stokes and Joe Root and Bairstow and these kind of guys, they can, get some runs going.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 12 years ago was England who actually was the last team to win a series here. Yeah. Just quickly, predictions then. How do you think it'll all unravel? These 5 test matches, do you think it'll be a positive one for England?
That's very tough to say. I think I would be a brave man to say I think England are going to win, but I think they will be able to get a test or two maybe. I'm going to say 3-1 to India maybe, but okay. Yeah, my friends back home will be annoyed with me. I should say 5-0 England, but it's not going to happen.
Okay, Luke, I appreciate the modesty and the honesty as well, and cheers to England and India, and just perfect time for the beer. Let me just ask you, Annie, as well.
Yeah, sure.
Predictions, because I know you're not a cricket fan, but do you think England, with all the paparazzi back home dubbing this as a big one, do you think they can come here and give India the big one?
I hope so.
Yeah.
For my first test, so we'll see. But rooting for Joe Root.
Yeah. What's your
they're
prediction?
Big players.
You've got to give a prediction.
Yeah, prediction, please.
I think we might do it.
Yeah.
I'm saying that. Yeah, I think so. With my limited cricket knowledge, so it's probably and what you said about India picking the places. I'm not so sure, but we'll see.
Are you more skeptical with the food here or the results?
No, I love the food.
Yeah.
The food's amazing. The results probably, yeah.
Okay. And I don't know, last one for me, I don't know if you guys have heard, but it's certainly Virat Kohli is not going to be playing the first 2 tests. I know it's your first test, but it would have been the cherry on the cake to see him live.
Yeah, it
it's
would
like
have.
the GOAT.
Yeah.
It's the GOAT, so it's absolutely.
What is your impression of Virat Kohli generally back home in the UK? I mean, he's a superstar here, let alone a god, but what have you guys made of him, heard of him, liked of him?
Yeah, well, he's been around a long time. I think everyone's very impressed by him. Very strong character. You can't play mind games with him because he'll just, he'll rise above it. I think he's seen as a very strong personality, and we're gutted to not see him in the flesh. But we'll just have to come back one day. You'll love that.
See him again.
Come back for more cricket. See if they're
Absolutely, and we welcome you indeed. Just finally, can you just tell all the lovely viewers in the UK to subscribe to us at cricket.com?
Yeah.
It'll mean a lot to us.
Yeah, cricket.com, nice and easy, great website, great people. Sign up.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And cheers to you as well. Enjoy the food.
So good to meet you guys.
The weather as well. Likewise, perfect. Table number 1 done with the Brits. Time to head to table number 2. Cheers first and foremost. I know this is obviously random, but clinking the glass with the British is something I always envisage to, especially before sporting competition. Let me come to you, sir, first. Baseball and the debut in India. Does it give you conviction as an English fan that, this is a series to look forward to?
Cricket in India is completely different than the rest of the world, so it remains to be seen. we just think the spinners and you guys knowing how to play it so much, and the amount of wins that you had at home the last time you lost. Optimism is not top of our list.
Okay, fair. I mean, I can just guess the mood in the camp right now. He mentioned the word spin there, and I'm not sure if you, of course, are aware the 1993 tour where it was an absolute spin wash. Do you think it'll be history repeating itself all those years later?
I kind of fear it will be. I mean, we've seen that England have picked 3 spinners as well to start the first test, so that's what it's going to be all about.
Yeah, it's riveting actually. You look at some of the fascinating subplots. I just want to get this man's predictions right now. I mean, lots of people saying different things. Stephen Harbison reckoning it's a 5-0 to India already. Do you echo those thoughts, or do you think the English can come here and do something what they did in 2012, win the series?
I think it'll be a 5-0.
To India?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So it's all doom and gloom in this winter?
Oh, no, it's going to be brilliant.
Okay. And do you envisage any of the tests lasting 5 days? Be honest with me.
No.
No?
No.
It's just going to be a Bunsen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, super. Gents, thank you so much for your time. Leading run getter for you personally the series. Is it Joe Root?
It could well be, but with the Indian batsman as well, and if Virat comes back, then he could do it as well. But but Root will do well.
Yeah, Root will do well.
Yeah.
So Virat is better than Root for you though?
In India, yeah.
Generally?
They're pretty much on the par, and then in some occasions I think Root was better.
Okay.
But Virat's more exciting to watch.
Okay, I love the way he's diplomatically framed that sentence. Gents, let's clink our glass once again, and hopefully a fantastic result.
Yeah.
And cricket, the winner.
Absolutely, cricket's always the winner.
100%. And
That's
cricket.com.
why we enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And cricket.com is the place to check it all out. Thanks, guys. I mean, brilliant stuff. Let's move on nicely now, because this is some sort of weird preview we're giving you cricket.com. We've not asked the part, guys, so we'll try to get another couple of thoughts right now. Gents, I know we spoke earlier, and I'm just going to grab a seat next to you. And Matt, right? I mean, the potential is palpable. We're sitting here probably within 24 hours of the first ball being bowled. What is going to happen this time around?
I think we've got tickets for 5 days, which might be a bit ambitious.
Optimistic.
Yeah. Look, clearly we've come here to see England, but the sheer armoury that India have at home, as the conditions, this is the toughest place to come in world cricket to win away. So I see nothing but the win, unfortunately, from my perspective.
I'm guessing you guys are veterans in terms of cricket fans. 2012, of course, is the most memorable one. Were you here, or what were your distant memories of that?
Yeah, we watched it on the TV. I wasn't unfortunately able to be here for it, but if we can repeat that this series, I'll be more than happy because, like Matt said, it's going to be a tall order. I just hope that baseball is all it's lived up to and it's not like a flash in the pan.
I don't know what you guys have made of the 11 that England have announced. 3 spinners, Mark Wood being the solitary pacer. No James Anderson, no Ollie Robinson. Were you guys second guessing this? I mean, this is quite ridiculous even by baseball standards. Oops. Timing off that indeed. Hopefully that's not a bad omen for the series.
Do you want to ask the question again?
No, it's okay. I think we'll keep that part of the cut. Generally, do you think that's a good sign for the series? The fact that they're starting with 3 spinners, that's like balls in your mouth.
Well, I mean, it's probably a pragmatic call, but when I look at the standard of England's spinners, it's worrying, to be honest with you. That's the weakest of weak areas in our team. I look at someone like Mark Wood, I know he's going to come in, he's going to bang it in, and he's going to be a threatening bowler in all conditions. Whereas our 3 spin bowlers, I think India's going to lap them up, to be honest.
Yeah, you say that kindly by saying it, lap it up. I mean, predictions then, gentlemen. With regards to the leading run getter and all of that nonsense, do you think it'll be Joe Root because he's such an integral part, not just with the bat but with the ball as well? And do you think that will probably do more harm than good?
Joe Root over the series.
Yeah, over the series.
That's difficult to see anyone else. I think his ability to play 360 is unparalleled in the England side. Probably one of the best at that in world cricket. And his ability to nudge and nurdle, which can be so vital on slow wickets, could be absolute key.
Okay,
so anyone can be close from an England perspective.
And who do you think will dominate with the ball in hand? Do you think it's going to be the inevitable Ashwin Jadeja? Do you think someone else can stir a surprise?
Well, we're kind of terrified of your quick bowlers. which is an amazing
All of your
thing.
bowlers.
Yeah, yeah, which is an amazing thing, right? Because growing up, that wasn't the Indian sweet spot at all. But now they're just so strong. They're so focused. They've got good line and length. They've got good surprise. So take your pick out of all.
Okay,
Right.
super. And lastly, because it's a long tour, this I don't know if you guys are going for all the venues,
Unfortunately not.
but generally, when it was penciled in, were you guys optimistic to travel to such venues that you probably wouldn't go ever again in your life?
Well, it's always like a busman's sort of odyssey, you know, when you see the India tour, and it's often, to be honest with you, maybe I'm being ignorant. When I look at the lineup, I'm like, oh, there's some cities there I've never heard of, and wouldn't it be great to go and visit them all? Unfortunately, time constraints, etc. The first test, Hyderabad, that was the obvious opportunity for us. But yeah, I'll have to follow the others on radio, online, on the TV, unfortunately.
Okay, super. Speaking of following cricket content platforms, we cricket.com, you guys should definitely download the app. And what do you reckon of my duty in my job so far? Do you guys give me a 10 and 10?
Oh, it's
Apart from the spills of
tremendous
the beer.
spill, right? Hopefully the Indian slip call and keep as well, you know?
Maybe. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come, but thank you, gents, for that. And I'll quench my thirst in other ways. Apologies for making an absolute mess of that table, but really, really appreciate it. Right. Almost done and dusted. 3 down, 1 more to go. These guys are playing cards. And I promised you all that I'm going to be talking to you all. And I don't want to give his hand away, but can you tell me what hand Ben Stokes is going to be playing in the Hyderabad Test match?
Very good.
Left-handed.
Left-handed. Okay, fair enough. I genuinely want to know this,
Well, he'll
guys.
toss the coin, that's about it.
I mean, does it give you any conviction? 3 spinners that they've named in that
it's
first
awful.
test.
Terrible.
Terrible?
Bad decision.
Yeah.
Should have gone in with 2 seamers. Mark Wood is not. He's a great bowler, but he's not completely reliable from a fitness perspective.
So what is your biggest apprehension then?
We haven't got enough bowlers.
Yeah.
We haven't got enough bowlers. Not
So-
enough
Well, you
variety.
don't
Yeah,
need
essentially,
4
because
spinners.
you don't need 4 spinners.
If the wicket is good enough, as a spinner's wicket, you do not need 4 spinners.
Yeah. It just makes you think because Stokes is not going to bowl as well, I'm guessing.
No, he's not fit enough to bowl, is he?
Yeah.
He's a great captain, and it'll be lovely to see him out here. But unfortunately, he's not fit enough to bowl, and that means we lose the balance as a seamer.
Yeah.
He's very intense.
Yeah.
It just makes you think then about the modus operandi that England will probably go with this winter.
He works at balls.
Oh, you work in Lords as well. So,
I do as it happens. Yeah, a tour guide at Lords.
oh, amazing. I mean, it's a pleasure to interact with you. But just what is England's mantra this winter to win here, to make it an encore of 2012? What do they need to get right? Is it the top order batting? Is it pretty much being Bazball-y?
I think they've got to get the whole game right, haven't they? If they're going to beat India in India, it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
So they've got to bat well, bowl well, field well, take their chances when their chances arrive. Have a whole complete game, I think.
What about the top 3 of England? I mean, you look at Crawley and Duckett and Ollie Pope, who's been shoehorned in at number 1. Do you think they can give you a little bit of conviction as England fans?
I think you've got to be positive as an England fan. All 3 can bat, they can score runs quickly. But I worry about all 3 of them, to be honest, as players. I'm not particularly confident myself with all 3 of them. But for England to win, they've got to play well, haven't they?
It's a shame Harry Brook isn't about.
that's a pity.
Harry Brook has batted lovely, so
Yeah.
it's a shame he's not there. It's a shame that KOHLI's not there equally. From a crowd perspective, we've travelled over from England for it.
Yeah.
But if we bat how we batted over the summer and the last previous series, we'll give ourselves a chance if it is a spinner's wicket. But India's spinners are more proven than England's spinners. Yeah, we've got 2 debutants tomorrow, haven't we?
Yeah.
Look, it'll be great, whatever
Roots will
happens.
score runs.
Yeah.
Root should score.
big
Who will always score runs?
Folks coming into the team is good.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that though.
Yeah.
Ben Stokes is probably the best in the world in terms of being the best keeper.
And he's a good bat.
But with Bairstow in the side as well,
Good,
is
very
the
good.
options of the ball very thin, sir?
Absolutely. That is the basic problem.
Yeah.
You need Anderson to play.
And
You need another seamer. You
generally,
can't play with
It's
four
no different from Harry Brook can't play. He's a very, very part-time bowler. So actually, Bairstow coming in, Kev called it as soon as we got on the plane. Bairstow coming into the right call, it makes no difference to the balance of the team. The balance of the team, I agree with Kevin, is wrong. They should have. Well, we think. What do we know? We're just supporters. We think they'd have been better with 2 seamers and 2 spinners plus Joe Root. If the wicket is going to spin like they say it's going to spin, 2 plus Root is enough to take wickets on that. But have the capability to have 2 new ball bowlers.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fascinating how it really unravels. Right then, I'm going to ask you to put your necks on the line here in terms of predictions. Short and sweet, 5 matches. What are we looking at, scoreline wise?
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Similar to the Ashes then.
Yeah, I think
You
we'll do
only
well.
see a dead rubber this series.
I think it won't be a dead rubber. It'll be exciting, won't it? I think we'll do well. I think we'll surprise. Yeah.
2-2. Do you echo those thoughts?
3-2 to India.
Okay, loving the India bit over there. What about you, sir?
I think mine's probably right. It's very difficult to back against India at home. But England in Test cricket have been really good. Stokes and Brendan McCullum have got them playing really exciting cricket. It's great to be here to watch them.
So what is the scoreline?
I think India will win 3-2.
3-2. And what about you, sir?
It's got to be England 3-2.
Okay,
Got to be.
finally sticking to his guns.
Absolutely, it's got to be all the way through.
Super, and he just mentioned Virat there, and it's of course sad for every World Cricket fan that he's not participating in the first 2
It really is
tests.
sad.
But for you guys who travel from the UK,
We'd love
how
to
much
see
do you
it.
like Virat Kohli?
We'd love to see him play.
Yeah.
We've got to see him. Obviously, fantastic player.
What is the best thing about someone like Virat?
Well, I guess he scores a lot of runs.
Which
And
is
it's
the
great
best
to
thing?
watch.
Yeah.
You know, it's great to watch it. And that's the key with that.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Indian crowd love to watch Virat Kohli, and therefore we're here. You want an exciting Test series. You want people to be here. We have Test matches in England, and they get sold out immediately. And our fear is that because Virat isn't playing in the first 2, it might not have quite the same feeling.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
Fair enough.
That is true.
Yeah,
And they'll
absolutely.
come to watch Kohli. They might not come. What crowd you expected to be?
I'm expecting a big crowd, and hopefully it should be a great advertisement for Test cricket. And only time will tell, gents, if your predictions will come true. But nevertheless, it's been fun chatting with you.
Oh,
Cheers.
lovely talking to you as well.
And good luck.
Yeah.
All the best, of course.
Enjoy
Good
the
series.
The series, the cards, the tour guides, blogs, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And the bounty
He's
answer.
not very good.
No, it's alright. Being modest, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
It's all fun and giggles right now before first balls even bowled in this India versus England series. But one thing is for certain, whether they're playing their cards close to the chest on the field or off the field, England fans are confident of getting the job done, something similar to 2012. Nevertheless, I'm just going to chug back my beer and ask you all to subscribe to cricket.com because this is just the start of a fantastic series.